everyone, it's Hunter and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, it is so nice to meet you. In today's video, I'm super fresh-faced, just got out of the shower, getting ready to go get my COVID vaccine, and I'm vlogging today. So I thought, why not film this video while I'm waiting to leave for my COVID vaccine? So, filling every productive space that we can. Heart is messed up. I am a millennial based on my side part. Please don't judge me. Alright, anyway, so I'm gonna be telling you guys what to watch on Hulu. I did a video like this a couple weeks ago of what to watch on Netflix, and you guys seemed to really like it, so I thought that I would do one for Hulu because I also have Hulu, and Netflix and Hulu are probably the two that I watch the most often. I do have other streaming services, but these are the top two for me, and I'm sure that's the way it is for a lot of people. So I know that less people have Hulu than Netflix, but I figured I'd still tell you guys what to watch because I often find myself in a rut with Netflix. It's like I don't want to keep watching that same show over and over again, even though I love it, but I want to try something new, but I'm not sure what I want. Do I want reality TV? Do I want a drama that I like super have to pay attention to? Do I want a comedy? Do I want something old school? It's a little bit of a mix, and Hulu has a broader range of options for older shows and shows that are actually still on TV. So I thought I would just give you guys a rundown of shows that I like, and so hopefully you guys will like them too, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas on what to watch when you're kind of stuck in a rut. So the first category I have is comedy, and I only have a few shows on here because I mostly like to watch drama and reality TV from Hulu, but the first one is How I Met Your Mother. That show used to be on Netflix, and I watched it all really quickly, and when they took it off Netflix, I was so sad. I think it's on Amazon Prime as well, but if you don't have Prime Video, then that doesn't help you at all. But I watched it on Netflix and absolutely loved it. So when I saw that it was on Hulu, I was very excited. So if you like How I Met Your Mother, that's how you can watch it. Next is Sabrina the Teenage Witch. If you guys have seen the Adventures of Sabrina or the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix, that is the same Sabrina. I think it's supposed to be like the same like basic storyline, but Sabrina the Teenage Witch has Melissa Joan Hart when she was really young, and I think it's from the 90s, and I know that I watched it when it came on TV whenever I was a kid, and I have really been enjoying watching it from the beginning as an adult. I feel like it's a very different show when you're an adult, but I really enjoyed it, so that's there. And then next is Saved by the Bell, which is also a 90s show. I watched this a couple years ago actually on Hulu, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very cute show, and I know why people love it from the 90s, so there's that. And then another show from the 90s is Full House. The entirety of it is on Hulu, and I remember getting like the whole first season on DVD as a kid because I loved that show so much, and so having it on Hulu is a game changer because you can just reminisce on your old favorite shows, and I really love it for that. So my next category is drama. A show that I have recently started watching on Hulu is The Good Doctor. It's about a doctor who has autism, and he tells it like it is. Honestly, he is very like blunt, straightforward with what he has to say. He doesn't read emotions very well in the show, and I think that it makes him a really good doctor because he fixates on things, but also he is kind of learning the social things that he needs to be a good doctor. So I really enjoy it. I like to see how different people react to the way that he is functioning. So I really enjoy that. The next show that I have enjoyed watching on Hulu is called Manifest, and I think it's still a running show. I think it's an NBC show. Basically, the premise of the beginning of it is this family goes on vacation, and on their way back, their plane disappears and they're presumed dead, but then no time has passed for the passengers on this plane, but it has for like the rest of the world. So then the plane lands and everybody's so confused because it's 5 years into the future, but the people that were on the plane are the same age, and they're trying to figure out like what happened, everything that just went on with that, and there are 2 seasons on there right now. I really enjoyed it, so if you guys like things like that, then definitely check it out. Next is Cruel Summer, which is actually a new show. It only has 2 episodes up so far, but I have enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I actually watched it on Freeform. It's a new Freeform show, and it has Olivia Holt in it, and I love her, so I know that it's on Hulu. But if you don't like want to download Freeform or whatever and you have a Hulu subscription, it is about this girl. It's like takes place during the summer of 1993, 94, and 95, and it goes back and forth between the 3 summers, and this girl goes missing, and then there's like, she's found. I don't know what else to tell you without giving anything away, but there's only 2 episodes, so I don't know how it plays out, but I really enjoyed that. Next is Looking for Alaska, which is the TV show adaptation of the book Looking for Alaska by John Green. I think that Looking for Alaska was his first novel, and so seeing it in a TV show was something that I wasn't wasn't expecting. I thought it was gonna be a movie, and I know that he sold the rights to film a long time ago, and I have watched like the first half of it and I've really enjoyed it, so I can't wait to watch the rest of it. Next is Little Fires Everywhere, which is the TV show adaptation of Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name. It is literally just spelled NG, and I don't want to spell it wrong or say it wrong, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it is about this family in the 90s. It's like a whole, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just gonna have you look it up, okay? I'm just gonna have you look it up because it's really good. So Little Fires Everywhere. And then Criminal Minds. I know Criminal Minds is on Netflix, but Netflix only has seasons 1 through 12. And whenever I downloaded CBS All Access and like tried to get on there, they only have seasons 14 and 15, but there's also a season 13. You don't wanna watch 14 and 15 without watching season 13 because there's like a whole like cliffhanger at the end of season 12. So anyway, whenever I discovered that Criminal Minds was on Hulu, it made me really excited because I was able to finish seasons 13, 14, and 15, which I had not seen yet because it's not on Netflix. So that's a big thing. If you are into Criminal Minds and you have a Hulu subscription, or even if you don't, I feel like that's a reason enough to get a Hulu subscription, to be honest, to finish watching it. So next is Grey's Anatomy. I know Grey's is also on Netflix, which is where I have watched the majority of it, but I do know that they keep up to date on the episodes, so whenever an episode airs on TV, it'll be on Hulu the next day, which I really appreciate. I have not caught up to it on there, but I do know that you can do that, so that's fun. And then the last show in this category is called The Act, and it is a TV show about Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her mom. Her mom had Munchausen by proxy. Basically, she made her daughter sick or pretended like she was sick for attention, and then Gypsy kills her mom. And it's a real thing, so if you want to look up the story, it's Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and it's very interesting. So there's that. Really good. And then my last category is reality TV, which is probably my biggest watched category on Hulu, and probably the reason why I watch it the most. So I'm just gonna start naming off shows because there's a lot of them. There's Survivor. My husband and I watched a lot of Survivor episodes. We were really sad when it was over. Next is Shark Tank. I've never seen Shark Tank, but I know a lot of people really, really love it, and that's on Hulu. Next we have Mediterranean Life, which is basically House Hunters, but in the Mediterranean. I have only watched a few episodes, but I'm kind of hooked because these people are insane. And then Island Life is the same way, but it is basically House Hunters in the Caribbean. So, big fan of that as well. And then Say Yes to the Dress. I'm a huge Say Yes to the Dress fan. I love when people have like unlimited budgets or like ridiculous budgets. Next is Fixer Upper. You guys know Fixer Upper, Chip and Joanna Gaines in Waco, Texas, and they, you know, they sell a house to someone and then they fix it up. And I really love watching that show. It's given me lots of inspo for my own home, as I'm sure it has a lot of people, so big fan, big fan. MasterChef, the regular show and Junior. First of all, the regular show is just really good because the people are really, really good, but MasterChef Junior is the funniest because we all know that, crap, what's his name? Oh my gosh, what is his name? Let me look him up, hold on. Gordon Ramsay. We all know that Gordon Ramsay is so mean to the adults on MasterChef, but he is literally so nice to the kids. It is so funny. And these kids are so talented. Like, I cannot hardly make dinner every night, and these kids are like cooking up all kinds of crazy stuff, and it's just so cute, and I love it. Next is House Hunters. Is there any surprise that I like House Hunters? Because I like Mediterranean Life and Island Life. Just a big fan. And then I've never seen it, but I know a lot of people really love it, is Dance Moms. I follow people from Dance Moms, but I never actually watched the show, so there's that. Next is a show that I know people really love is Love Island, and I think it has a similar premise to Bachelor in Paradise, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I know a lot of people really love that. There's the Australia version. I'm not sure if the regular version is on there, but like the original one, I think it's from the UK. But yeah, those are all the reality shows. And then the last section that I'm gonna recommend is the entire true crime section. If you like crime junkies on podcasts, or you like anything like that, highly recommend looking at the entire true crime section. There are so many documentaries, so you're bound to find one that you like. I love true crime stuff. Crime Junkie is literally my fave podcast ever. I'm not a huge podcast person, and I really enjoy it, true crime podcasts, so I'm sure that I would absolutely love the entire true crime section on Hulu. So I wanted to put that out there. There's just like a lot of options that you don't get on Netflix, so if you have Hulu, I would highly recommend checking out all these shows. shows. There are tons of other shows from like the 90s and stuff like that. So like Sister's on there, but I know it's also on Netflix, so that's why I didn't put it on this list. But there are just so many different shows that you can watch, and I really like that it keeps up with real-time TV, so you can watch stuff that was on TV yesterday, like The Bachelor, Bachelorette. That stuff is on Hulu as well. So yeah, that's all I have for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel down below if you have not already, and if there are any shows that I did not talk about that you guys really enjoy from Hulu, please leave that in the comments down below because I would love to check them out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!